Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Joined by Grant Hill and Tim Legler, this is Brian Anderson, and we'll have Ali LaForce reporting for us. Back to Wallace. There's a screen. To the middle. Ooh, they pick off the pass. In transition, here they come. Outside for Brooks. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's good. Two elite centers from tip-off to the final buzzer, Grant. We should have a battle on our hands tonight.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. And, you know, in games like this, it's important to give space for your big guys to compete. The last thing you want is to overcrowd the paint and end up taking an elbow.
Now here's George. Wallace's shot is good.
Well, that's just a veteran understanding how to play. Paul George knowing exactly where to go with the ball.
On the wing, Alexander Walker. Off target from three-point range. All right, let's get a report from Ali.
I was able to speak with James Borrego for a minute, and he told me one guy that we have to always be cognizant of is Chet Holmgren. Coach explained his biggest impact comes on the defensive end, but we can't overlook his offense. He's a 7-footer with guard skills who can space the floor and is very efficient around the rim. Guys, back over to you.
Great work, Ali. Thanks.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Well, the numbers don't lie. Paul George has been one of the most accurate three-point shooters of his generation.
Now here's George. Holmgren outside. Pass to Wallace. From behind the arc. Giannis with the rebound. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
5 to shoot. It's rebounded by George. Holmgren outside. Kicks it to George. Here's the teardrop. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Outside for Brooks. Pass to Walsh. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Down low. And finished off by Brooks.
Yeah, just showcasing his athleticism. When Brooks gets open space around the rim, he looks to throw it down with authority.
Now here's Giddey. Inside. Oh, got a piece of it. Back to Holmgren. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Pass to Walsh. In transition. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
And here's Alexander Walker. And he hits it to tie the game.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The teardrop. And it's Giddey missing. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Walsh. Drops in the three.
Well, Giannis knows he creates gravity inside, which is going to free someone up on the outside.
Takes it inside. And Giannis with the dunk.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man. And that one's good. Giddey.
And so much fight in Josh Giddey. He showed it on the interior that time.
Antetokounmpo can't connect.
Well, that's a look you rarely see him miss.
George, his shot is good.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Antetokounmpo surveys. Here he goes. Brooks outside. Beyond the arc.
Using all of that size to create leverage and rip down that board.
And stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
The long strides of Giannis help him get down the court fast. A lethal player in transition.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. To the paint. And so the ball out of bounds. Antetokounmpo touched it last.
Coming on the floor for the away team, number 14.
11 seconds left in the first. James outside. Here's Giddey. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. First quarter wrapping up here, and it's a tie game. And we'll get things started in the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, you have to love their activity level at the defensive end, racking up those steals.
They've disrupted the offensive flow, and they are making things miserable for any ball handler.
Clark right side. Back to Wallace. And he dunks it down.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Back to Antetokounmpo. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, and this speaks to how strong Giannis is. Able to still convert despite the physical defense.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Tim, growing up in the D.C. area, at what point did you fall in love with the sport of basketball?
Well, B.A., the first team I loved were the Washington Bullets in the late 70s with Elvin Hayes. They won that one championship in Washington. But Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV.
Oh, I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler, of course.
Even better answer.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league. And a big reason they have this lead is the way he's shooting the ball.
Pass to Mitchell.
And great job to establish position and square up.
First personal foul, first team foul. Checking in for the away team, number 4, DeAndre Hunter.
Antetokounmpo with it. 11 points in the game. Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to Antetokounmpo. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Second personal foul. Second
And Grant, for
foul.
everything else he's accomplished, Giannis hasn't quite mastered the three-point shot.
And you know, he hasn't had to, B.A. You want him inside, hitting on those high percentages, shutting down the lane defensively, and of course, controlling the boards. Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
And regardless, it's great effort. You love to see that kind of hustle on defense.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Giannis Antetokounmpo is embracing his emotional leadership role. He said, before I was really serious and quiet, now I'm more vocal, smiling, having fun. It carries over. I love to lead by example, but I know that my voice carries a lot of weight. Guys, back to you.
It sure does. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Pass to Walsh. Back to Antetokounmpo. Giannis driving in. To the wing on the left. To the inside. Holmgren with the block.
That is just great rim protection by Holmgren.
Hunter, good.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here.
And that's a good sign. He's getting himself to the line. I really like that here in the second quarter.
And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And Antetokounmpo, here we go. Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by.
Look at the reach from Holmgren.
Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Back to Hunter. And finished off by Hunter.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising, in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
When every possession matters, your defense has to be better.
Antetokounmpo for three. And here's Oubre from the arc. Alexander Walker grabs the board. It's Ellis with a drive. Drops in the layup for two. Hunter on the wing. Pass to George. And there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That's foul number 2 for him.
I have to admit, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Now Hunter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Over to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Giddey. Pulls up.
And what's surprising, during the second quarter, he hasn't really looked like himself. I'll tell you what, we know he's been struggling tonight, but his teammates have pitched in big time. And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Oubre with it. Checked by Brooks. Fires the three. George, no good.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
Oh, George with a steal. Outside Hunter. Back to Giddey. Pass to George. Just 5 on the clock. Over to the left wing. Tries to save it. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Walsh. Great D that time from Holmgren.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Well, a couple made threes in the first quarter, and he's not slowing down after drilling another one.
Brooks outside. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Alexander Walker. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Leading by a point. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. to Ellis. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. What a make! Giannis for three!
And some fans wince when he takes them, but Giannis can and will hit the occasional three-point shot.
From deep, Mitchell. Ellis with a rebound. Here's Alexander Walker. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Quickly getting the ball up court. That was a great lead pass and an easy finish.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Pass to George. Stolen by Ellis. Antetokounmpo outside. Ellis with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Here's Antetokounmpo. And count it. 8 of 14 now. He's rolling.
Well, all systems go here early on. That's 3 in a row since Jump Street.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Pass to Walsh. Oh, George with a steal. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Antetokounmpo outside. Six to shoot. Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the three-pointer goes. Antetokounmpo has got 21.
I just love the ball movement.
And a nice finish on the layup.
When we talk about wings in the NBA, George is as good as anyone passing the rock.
In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
Here's Walsh. Drills it from deep. Walsh has gotten his third basket of the night.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
It's good on the putback.
Real smooth, guys. Great job with the tip-in.
Those are the kind of plays on the offensive glass that can tell you a lot about a player.
Substitution for the away team. Chet Holmgren.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play.
Josh Giddey.
Antetokounmpo outside. Just 4 to shoot. Brooks outside. Takes a three. Giddey with a defensive effort. He takes it in. Good work there as it goes. Giddey's gotten his second bucket.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Pass to Wallace. George, right side. The three ball. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey.
And this is exactly what Paul George does out there. He uses all of that skill to pick apart the defense.
Brooks outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. And miss after miss right now.
2 minutes.
Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
And finished off by Brooks.
And showing the point guard instincts there. Boy, Giannis can make it look easy.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Alexander Walker. Ellis outside. Here's Oubre. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And when you look at the numbers over the last few years, it's clear that George has made a jump as a playmaker.
Here's Alexander Walker. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's gonna take for someone to pull away.
Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Antetokounmpo for three. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that openness. Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Alexander Walker. Good work defensively by Oubre. For three, George. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
It's just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
48.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Leading by 6. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Here's Giddey. George sets a screen. And that one's good. Giddey.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
It's really a team effort out there right now, which is great to see. No one wants to be the weak link.
Alexander Walker with it. And it's Giddey picking him up. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
And just turns it over in one of the most irritating ways possible. I mean, what was that?
Yeah, that's just a lack of concentration. You have to be more careful handling the basketball.
George outside. Holmgren outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to George. Outside Giddey. Second chance effort. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
And that one falls for Antetokounmpo.
The resume Giannis has built already is impressive, and he's nowhere close to being done adding to it.
And he jams it home with authority.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. And he makes it.
Once Giddey saw his opening, he took advantage. I mean, defenders just could not keep up.
Pass to Ellis. Back to Antetokounmpo. Great D that time from Holmgren. George for 3. The shot comes out. Trying to claw their way back into this.
And the best way to do that, minimize your mistakes and take good shots.
Fast break, here we go. Lets the 3 fly. And count it, 8 of 14 now. He's rolling. Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point. But it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter. But, you know, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Screen by Holmgren. With a 9-footer. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Antetokounmpo outside. Well, yes, ask the older generation about load management, they'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways, so you gotta take that into account. So far, rebounding has been a big factor tonight.
And he nails it!
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
George fires. He's off from three. And stolen by Holmgren. Here's George. George draws the double. Outside Oubre. Stolen by Ellis. And he slams it down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, Giannis working inside.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
George scanning the floor. He launches. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Antetokounmpo outside. Oh, the shot is off.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
And here's Giddey. Clock at 6. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Antetokounmpo inside. Brooks! He knocks down the jumper. Wallace outside. George outside. Shot clock at 5. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Now Alexander Walker. And so the road team gets the